Hey, I'm Gina, and I've written a book called It Took Me 52 Years to Get Here. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I never wanted to be an author, because I did. But I also knew when I was going to do it, I wasn't going to do something that was just for the sake of it. It couldn't be just a tick box exercise. It had to be real, and it had to be honest, and it had to be from my heart. It had to be true. And most importantly, it had to be something that actually helped people. Excuse me. I didn't want to read a book, write a book that people just read and then just put down. I wanted to create something that meets women where they're at, and it helps her to begin to see that she has more power than she realizes. This book is about my journey. From survival to something that feels like truth, alignment, and self-ownership. For a long time, I was living through patterns, experiences, and relationships that I didn't fully understand at the time. And it wasn't until I really began to look at myself, that's when things started to shift. And as I was going through that process, I realized something. I didn't want to just tell my story. I felt like I had a responsibility as well to make sure that if a woman saw herself within the pages of this book, she would also be able to take something from it that she could use to support herself. So it's not just a book about what I've been through. It's a book that offers reflection, tools, prompts, meditations, all different ways of seeing yourself and your life. Because what I am seeing right now is that there's so many women carrying so much. They're functioning, they're showing up, they're doing what needs to be done. But underneath that, there's just exhaustion, disconnection. But all with a quiet knowing that something isn't quite right. And so not every woman has access to coaches and retreats and all these sort of spaces. I didn't when I started. So I actually started with reading a book too. Something very simple, but it just shifted my perspective. So maybe this can be that for someone else. It can be a moment where a woman realizes she's not stuck, she's not broken, and that there is another way for her to live. And if it does that for even one woman, then I've done my job, quite frankly. I'm raising funds because I want to bring this book into the world properly. I want to bring it in with care, with intention, and in a way that allows it to actually reach the women it's meant for. So that does mean I need support with editing, design, publishing, and getting it out there in a meaningful way. And if you choose to support this, you're not just helping me publish a book. You're becoming part of something that has the potential to genuinely impact women's lives. There are different ways I'll be able to thank you, whether that's copies of the book, signed versions, sessions with me, coming to the launch party, and just as the journey unfolds. And beyond that, you're supporting something that is going to make a real difference. And that means everything to me. So if this resonates with you in any way, I'd really appreciate your support, whether that's through sharing it or simply holding the intention that this book reaches the people it's meant to be for. So thank you for listening, and thank you for being part of this with me.